And it's true. We ourselves are nothing, but we, because of God, now that's where significance comes in. Look at verses 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Here's the first two. You have made them a little lower than the angels and crowned them with glory and honor. You made them rulers over the works of your hands, and you put everything under their feet. All flocks and herds and the animals of the wild, the birds in the sky and the fish in the sea, all that swim the paths of the seas. Our significance is found not in who we are by ourselves. Our significance is not found in our independence from God. Our significance is actually found in our dependence on God. Let me say that again so I hope you get it straight. Our significance is not found in our independence from God. Our significance, our worth, our image is found in our total dependence on God. That's where we find our worth. That's when we discover just what He thinks of us, how much He loves us, how much He cares for us. Now, in those 4 verses that we read, I want to unpack, and they're in the middle of page 2, 4 sentences that basically, as God as the noun, as the subject, and it talks about our worth to Him, what He thinks of us. And I want to share those with you. First of all, God gives us value. God gives us value. You made Him a little lower than God, the Scripture says. Do you see the statistic right underneath there? According to a recent study, the chemicals in the human body altogether are worth about $3.50. Some of your hair product is where I know Jonathan's is. Some of your hair product is worth way more than the chemicals that are in your body. On our own, a human being's not worth very much then, is it? Are we? But here's where we get our worth. We were created in the image of God. When God created man, He said, let us create man in our own image. You have been made in God's likeness. This is what, and please now, our culture will say that you are on the same list of worth as a dolphin or a seal or a raccoon, and nothing wrong with dolphins and seals and raccoons. They're all cute. And I get it. But we are a step above that because we, humans, we've been made in the image of God. And so our culture will say, you have about as much worth as some animal in the woods. And according to the Bible, that's not true. We are the ones, we are the part of creation that was made in God's image. Not a bird, not a fish, not a monkey, not even a raccoon. None of that. All that is good. All that's part of God's creation. But we've been made in the image of God. Towards the end of that paragraph, other animals look down at the earth and they see their food and they feel content. But we as human beings, we look up towards our God. And that's where we see our worth and we can be content. See, we can be content and not even have a lot of belongings. And we can have not a lot of money. And we can maybe not even have a lot of skills or talents. But our worth is not found in that stuff. Our worth is found in the giver of all that. It's in God. I'll pick up on that thought a little bit as we close tonight. Secondly, God gives us honor. God gives us honor. You have been crowned with glory and majesty. We've been crowned with glory and majesty. We look out and we see the glory and the majesty of God in all of His creation. And the scripture says that he crowned us with that. You give a crown to somebody that you are giving honor to. Even in the Olympics, we're in the Olympic season right now. It used to be that the winner of an event, the winner of a sport, would not get a gold medal, they would actually get a crown put on their head. A laurel wreath is what they would get. And you have been crowned with glory. And you have been crowned from God with majesty. God gives us honor. So I'm not insignificant. I'm not meaningless, not in God's eyes, regardless of what anybody has ever said. Next, God gives us work.